What's going on, guys? Daze here, and I'm here to say that I'm sorry that I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize. Nah, but all jokes aside, guys, we have another YouTuber apology here to look at. Nearly 5 years after EDP got caught in the sting against him where he was trying to meet a 13-year-old girl for more than cupcakes, he now has finally released this video called Mistakes Were Made. But anyways, we got this video fresh, hot off the presses. I haven't seen it, so let's take a look at it right now.
People are going to paint their narrative on you based on what they want to believe, especially when it comes to the internet and social media. One thing I want you guys to understand is that when you're dealing with trolls, when you're dealing with people on the internet who can just leave a comment and just run off to the scurries of their own, hiding spots, is that there's no reconciling with these motherfuckers. There's no getting through to them. There's no, trying to get these people to understand where you are at that point in time.
What is there to address EDP? It's not like you're gonna add some, context that's gonna really put things into perspective in a fucking, crime or TV show, when they're in court and, the judge is about to slam the gavel down and, issue the sentencing and they say, "Wait, Your Honor, I have a surprise witness." What could you possibly add that would change people's minds or the situation that happened? And he doesn't get into specifics there because the situation is him trying to fuck a 13-year-old girl.
In your life, addressing what happened a few years ago, the whole incident and stuff like that. I'll be the first person to tell you, I was in a very dark place in my life, very dark place. Had the fame, had the money, had the status, I thought that I couldn't be touched. Paid the price.
You thought you couldn't be touched? EDP, you're the one who tried to touch a 13-year-old girl, saying all kinds of nasty stuff. Like you want to, lock them inside your dungeon and screw away their innocence. I love, the victim card he does. Poor me. Womp, womp, womp. Cry me a river and play the saddest fucking note you can on the world's smallest trombone, violin, whatever instrument you have handy next to you. I don't know, maybe that fucking thing Jack Black plays, the funkaphone or whatever. I don't fucking know.
For it, Now, one thing I want you guys to understand, another thing I want you guys to understand, and of course, there's going to be those motherfuckers out there, oh, EDP, just because you were in a dark place, that doesn't justify what you did. First off, don't try to put fucking words up in my mouth. We're not here for that shit. I'm here to explain to you where I was at in my headspace a few years ago. You know what I mean? The only thing that you can do as a human being when you make a mistake to this magnitude is to take responsibility.
What responsibility, EDP? You said all this stuff, you said, you were set up, Alex Rosen just wanted to use you. What about that whole thing where you, photoshopped an email to try and say that, oh, I was just doing a comedy sketch, I was just doing a comedy bit, and then I got set up? You didn't take responsibility. You were hiding and cowering for years. You can't go and say, oh, guys, I recognize what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry, when you were ducking it for nearly half a decade. What the fuck, dude?
Is to take responsibility for your actions, take accountability for your actions.
I like how also he says he's taking accountability for his actions and his mistakes. When, okay, EDP, what did you do? I swear, it's like coaxing a freaking child to, tell the truth or something, when they, get their hands stuck in the cookie jar. Okay, Jack, why did you get your hands stuck in the cookie jar? Okay. He doesn't want to say it because it's gonna make him look extremely fucking bad. This wasn't just a mistake, EDP. You were caught not once, not twice, not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You were caught damn near a dozen times trying to message minors, complimenting minors about the size of their breasts, and openly joking about it. This isn't just a mistake, and your response after the fact just proves that.
Understand that there is an issue, right? Understand that this is not normal. You know what I mean? To have these type of behaviors, they're not normal, right? Get the necessary help, whether it's talking to a psychiatrist, talking to a therapist. You know, it can even be as simple as sitting down and talking to your family members. And overall, just trying to make sure that the same mistake doesn't happen again.
What mistake, EDP? You're still not fucking saying it. Are you gonna do like what Bart Simpson does and write on a board 100 times, I will not talk to minors. I will not talk to minors. I will not try to touch kids. What have you learned? There's allegations even after you were caught with Alex Rosen of you still trying to text minors. You haven't learned. You're never gonna learn. Someone who's done something as much as you have will never learn. And you fucked that up. You.
And you learn from your mistake. That's all you can do. And just try to improve yourself as a person. If that's not good enough for people, well then that sounds like a fucking personal issue to me.
EDP is really saying that it's a skill issue if you can't accept the fact. Because again, EDP, it's not just like, you know, he flirted with a girl online and he didn't know that they were 16 instead of 18. You know, something dumb but not completely irredeemable. No, he literally sent his shit and his dick to a 13-year-old girl and tried to meet up with them in person. And in my mind, people like that, we should just, you know, throw them in a black pit, you know, where no sunlight goes into, and just leave them there, you know? Like, I don't think people like that can be saved. Call me crazy, guys.
Now, a lot of people, they like to assume, right, just because I haven't came out and made some big-ass crying video, you know what I mean, making a fucking ass out of myself, all hysterical on camera and shit like that, that I show no remorse.
You did, EDP. There was all this thing where you claimed you were set up, and you photoshopped the Why did you Photoshop the email? Why did you try to say Alex Rosen set you up? You were saying for literal years that you're innocent, you know, like it's like you're fucking Harrison Ford from The Fugitive or something, and you're being prosecuted for a crime you didn't commit.
I made a video a long time ago, and it was a video where I talked about, obviously adults should be held accountable, and they should be, they should get in trouble for messaging minors and engaging in those type of conversations in that particular way, right? I also feel minors should get in trouble for messaging adults. You feel me? Having a very malicious intent.
What the fuck is this? Oh my god. See, I love... because this exposes EDP's mind, right? Blaming and victimizing children. EDP said something very similar to this before, where he said that if a girl dresses in a certain way, that makes it fair game to him.
I don't give a fuck what the goddamn law says. I don't give a fuck what people have to sit back and fucking say about my motherfucking ass. You feel me? If you're 15, 16, or 17 years the fuck old, and you carry yourself like an adult, if you can dress yourself like an adult, and if you can walk outside like a skimpy ass little fucking slut with your titties and shit spilling the fuck out, bitch, don't play motherfucking victim. Don't sit back and try to have me taken the fuck down.
So, like, EDP is claiming that he had some, big fucking redemption arc, like fucking Zuko from Avatar or some bullshit. But he still very clearly thinks the same way that he did before, and, oh, I'm the victim. And it's the 13 to 14-year-old child's fault for tricking me into sending my shit and penis to them. What the action? Like, this man has not changed at all. This entire fucking apology is worthless. You still think and act the exact same way as you did before, EDP, and the fact you're too fucking stupid to, like, realize that is insane to me.
Behind their messages. You feel me? And this is what I mean. This one chick, she messaged me, right? And she goes, "Oh my God, are you the real EDP?" I respond back with, "Bitch, how old are you? And who the fuck sent you?" Right? Because I know fucking well Skeeter Jean, Jidion, and all these fake ass wannabe Chris Hansen impersonating motherfuckers. More than likely they fucking sent you. You know what I mean? With their fucking no-life fucking ass, right? "Bitch, how old are you? And who sent you?" "Oh, I'm 14. Screenshot. Let's go ahead and tag Jidion, and let's go ahead and tag fucking Skeeter Jean, or whatever the fuck his name is, right? "Skeeter Jean, Jidion, get him!" You see what the fuck you're doing, right? Purposely messaging, not just me, purposely messaging people, right, to fuck with them, which ultimately leads to harassment.
That's what's gonna happen, EDP. It's the internet. You're now what's known as a lolcow. The fact that you've done something so disgusting in such a humorous way. Again, EDP, you are the adult. You are over a decade earlier than these people. First of all, I don't even believe it. I'll take 500 for things that never happened, Alex. I don't believe it. You are the adult. Block them and move on. Why are you, like, constantly, involving yourself with 13 to 14-year-olds? That is the biggest fucking self-report I've ever heard.
Right? Showing up at your fucking job, tracking where you work at, fucking, showing up at your motherfucking dialysis center, you know what I mean? Trying to find out, what type of community that you fucking live in, right? Storming the fucking leasing office and shit like that. Storming HOA offices and shit like that. You know what I mean? Fucking with you out in public at the grocery store. You feel me? Throwing shit at your motherfucking window as you're at a fucking stoplight when somebody recognizes you. You feel me? Motherfuckers trying to, you have a fucking P.O. box set up and shit. Motherfuckers is able to track that shit down and fucking storm the little fucking place of business and shit. Fuck.
So I don't know what happens here. The audio quality, drops off a fucking cliff. It's absolutely horrible. Sounds like when you call the fucking doctor's office and they pick up and it's just... Literally, dude, it's horrible, but this whole thing of EDP saying people harassing him, no one's encouraging it. I don't see, like, fucking, oh, let's storm EDP's house with pitchforks and torches like he's fucking Shrek or some bullshit. Again, the main reason people, like, do this to you in real life is because you have a pattern and behavior that you exhibited in real life where you were trying to meet up with a minor. And again, I guarantee you, most of this would go away if you just went away from the internet. You're the one who keeps trying to come back and trying to rebuild the platform that you used to attempt to harm children.
Thought it was fucking funny to take a fucking screenshot and send it to these no-life impersonating ghetto-ass, botched, fucked up sting operation, fake-ass impersonating Chris Hansen motherfuckers. You feel me? To fuck with you. To ruin your life. You feel me? Let me ask you something. Just because you think a person is guilty or not guilty, right? What the fuck, under the law, what the fuck gives you the right to go out and start harassing people?
Again, I sound like a fucking broken record at this point, but EDP, you weren't exactly exposed for, like, saying a slur. You weren't exposed for some, dumb shit like being transphobic or whatever. You were exposed with trying to fuck and forcefully put yourself on a 13-year-old girl. And you did that knowing that there is a very big social stigma that people do not like pedophiles. And if someone is trying to be a pedophile and, hide low-key, people are not gonna tolerate that shit. You made that choice, and now you're living with the consequence. And saying, why am I getting the consequences of my actions? Well, just like the great Wings of Redemption said.
Consequences have actions, pimp.
Right. And then, when they've decided that they've had enough, and they pull out that gun, and they shoot your motherfucking ass, right? All of a sudden, it was just a prank. All of a sudden, it wasn't that serious. You know what I mean? To try to drag them back to a place where they were once at. You know what I mean?
So EDP here is saying basically that all this harassment he's getting is gonna push him back to wanting to fuck kids again. I'm just going with this logic. That is actually insane. That is either that or he's gonna go like the Boogie, threaten suicide route. Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Try to fuck with him. I don't give a fuck how you try to paint the situation, how much you try to dress it up. It's not good.
What's up with that, fucking face he's making? It looks like he just, smelt a fart or some shit. Yeah, it's not a good situation, EDP. You're still on this website, you still have a platform when you're a disgusting fucking pedo creep.
That is a malicious act. And it's fucked up.
It's actually insane you're trying to frame this as a apology video when you've done nothing but blame everyone else but yourself.
Why do you guys think it took me so long to make that ghetto-ass piece of shit, half-assed apology video where I had the Barack Obama voiceover?
That wasn't even, an apology video, though. That was, a freaking interview you did with an AI Obama where you just said you were innocent. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I swear, this milk dud can't even get his fucking story straight. I forgot completely about that, and he just brought it up.
You feel me? Not even if you're trying to win. You're just trying to get them to understand where you were from a mental standpoint back up in the day. And no, that's not fucking justifying the shit. Right? You gotta keep on throwing in that this is not me trying to justify it because they got fucking selective hearing, right?
And again, I like this whole thing he does of taking accountability. What accountability? You've deflected it off that fucking chrome dome forehead you've had that's, bigger than fucking Captain America's shield. What do you mean taking accountability? All you've done is blame it and say, oh yeah, well talking to minors is gross. But the minor should go to prison if they try to talk to me. The child should go to prison for talking to me. Absolute insanity and just a pathetic lack of any accountability or self-awareness.
Because I knew deep down, right, no matter how fucking apologetic I was, no matter how fucking sorry I was, or whatever the fuck.
Also, what about the victims? What about the girls, that you joked about in the private group chats you had about having, big tits and how you wanted to fuck them? What about those girls? Have you apologized to them? Have you apologized to anyone that you've, made disgusting comments towards, or the minors that you've flirted with? You're an absolute piece of shit who does not give a fuck about this and why you need to stay off of YouTube. Just get the fuck out, man. There really is nothing here for you, and it disgusts me to think that I even share the same platform with you.
I'm not gonna fucking cry my heart out and fucking get on my hands and knees and fucking grovel and beg for your forgiveness. Why?
Why? But when Alex Rosen confronted you in person, you were crying like a little bitch. You were bleeding like a fucking lamb, saying, "Don't call the cops, guys! Don't call the cops! Like, drop the tough guy facade, EDP. No one buys it anymore. You're built like fucking melted ice cream. No one is scared about you, alright? That's why you have to constantly threaten your guns, because you have nothing on your body except 350 pounds of flab and grease. Just stop already. It's so fucking cringe and overdone. People, you know, like Cold Raven, have said and challenged you to a boxing, and you just sit there crying. Cry some more, you giant fucking baby.
Because you guys, like I mentioned before, you guys already painted a narrative on me. You guys think that I'm this fucking terrible monster. So what's the point?
And just like that, guys, the video is over. A video titled "Mistakes Were Made," where EDP takes no accountability for his mistakes. Truly amazing stuff. I don't even know what to say. I just find it absolutely incredible that EDP, every single time that he tries to, you know, make an apology or say mistakes were made, he's like the fucking Fawns from Happy Days. He can never say that he's wrong. He just always pushes the blame to other people. Oh, it's the fans' fault. It's, you know, Alex Rosen's fault. It's Skeeter Jean's fault. It's Jidion's fault. You know, has the finger pointing everywhere but himself. Well, guess what, EDP? As cheesy as it may sound, even if you got one finger pointing at someone else, you got 3 pointing back at you. Without further ado, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see ya in a bit. Bye-bye now.